fifth graders, I miss seeing your fantastic faces. I hope you remember who I am, Mrs. C here, straight from my kitchen. So I hope you are all doing fantastic. You are okay during this whole situation. I know it can be a little scary, maybe a little lonely and boring, but the positive side that I thought of is that I could be in two places at one time. So I texted Mrs. B and I asked her if she would be okay if I could read you a story and if I could say hi to you all. And of course she said yes, which made me very happy. I am going to read a book, which is one of my favorites, and I think you'll know quickly why I enjoy it so much. Are you ready? Okay, here it is. It is called dun, 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 Dexter's Adventures in Petlandia. So why do you think I love this book so much? Yeah, not only is it about Boston Terriers, it's about my very own Boston Terrier, Dexter. And don't mind my crazy kids screaming in the background. It stopped raining and they're outside. So they're okay. They're just a little excited. Okay, so here we go. Dexter's Adventures. Oh my. Dexter's Adventures in Petlandia. Okay, so this was given to me by a dear friend. It was actually given to Nora, but I think I like it more than she does. So it says, Merry Christmas, Nora. May this book always remind you how much you are loved by Dexter. It's very true. Okay, here we go. So Dexter lived in Warminster and dreamt of being a star with his very own TV show and chauffeur-driven car. There he is. But being cute and furry made stardom rather tough, especially as the only words he knew were woof and ruff. He's not going to get very far only knowing those two words. Okay. It says, feeling brave, he folded up his PJs and a flannel along with some ideas for his Dexter You Chew channel. Not YouTube. Sneaking into Nora's room, he scrawled a doggy note, then kissed her gently on the cheek and went to get his coat. What do you think that word scrawled means? He scrawled a doggy note. Yeah, it's like writing a note, right? All right. Scampering through the moonlit streets with thoughts of being wealthy, Dexter stopped beside a sign and thought, I'll take a selfie. Pulling out his eye bone, he posed and took a snap. Then headed to the airport while squinting in his map. Oh, there's Dexter's selfie. Can you make that face? That is kind of exactly what Dexter looks like. It's bananas. Dexter was so excited because he'd never flown before. Unless you count that time he slammed a laptop on his paw. Not that time. As the plane took off, he thought of A-list hounds and mutts while trying to squish his nose into a teeny bag of nuts. Do you see Dexter in the plane? Which one is he? Let's see if I can get a little closer. Which one is he? Yeah, he's right here in the middle. Whoop, right there. He's got a nice window seat. When Dexter got to Hollywood, he set up several meets, but most of them went wrong because he tinkled on the seats. Ew. And even though he tried his best, the top dogs weren't impressed. We've seen your act before, kid, and look at how you're dressed. Oy, you see his tinkle under there? Ay, ay, ay. With failure after failure, Dexter's confidence was shrinking. But then he saw a saxophone, which kind of got him thinking, I need to learn some new tricks to really make me shine. and then I'll make some videos and post them all online. Sort of like the YouTube channels that you all watch, right? So Dexter's thinking of creating a channel. Meanwhile, back in Warminster, Nora found the note. My dog thinks he'll be famous? Oh, what a silly goat. There's his note. Remember, he can only say a couple words. Woof, 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 woofity, woof, woof. But suddenly, she looked up and saw Dexter on the news. He'd become an online superstar with 50 million views. Holy moly. That is a lot of views. It seems dogs can learn new tricks, Nora thought out loud. And even though she missed her friend, she was also very proud. Do you see what this is called? It's not Netflix. I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see it better on this page. It's not called Netflix. It's Petflix. Oh my gosh. There was Dexter on a chat show, tootling away while teetering on a unicycle doing dog ballet. My dog is awfully talented. Look at him. I think he would be famous. He's famous in my mind, and I think that's all that matters. Soon the world was going wild for Dexter's Jolly Tunes. I'm trying to make it so you can see the page while I read it. You could even buy a storybook and see him in cartoons. He bought a doggy mansion and a limo and a yacht. He even met the president and partied quite a lot. Look at him dancing. All of his dog friends are over. Uh-oh, there go my own dogs. They're fighting over a tennis ball. Other doggies lined up to shake Dexter by the paw, and scripts for pet-based movies came tumbling through the door. He'd sit and count his money while lounging on his throne. Sounds like Dexter has a pretty good life now. He's made all the money. He's famous. I wonder if that's going to be enough for him. But when he wasn't working, he'd often feel alone. Because he felt so lonely, Dexter bought more stuff. But even though he had it all, it was never quite enough. Sometimes we think that buying things will make us feel better, but sometimes it's not enough. He tried some doggy yoga, which he thought might make him happy, but that just tied him up in knots. It made him sore and snappy. Look at him. Oomph. Then suddenly it hit him as he chewed his oldest bone. What Dexter wanted most was to be snuggled back at home. Yes, he'd miss his fancy life, the palm trees, the chauffeur, but none of that compared to cuddling Nora on the sofa. Oh, look at how sad he looks. He called off all of his concerts and he gave away all of his things, but all flights home were fully booked, so he clung onto the wing. Oh my gosh. Could you imagine? There he is. He's holding on. Hanging on for dear life as the plane took to the skies made Dexter think of Nora, and tears welled in his eyes. Oh, I wonder if he's going to make it home okay. Soaring over Warminster, Dexter thought, I've had a hoot. The home is where the heart is, so I need to parachute. Oh boy. Fumbling in his suitcase, he found a sparkly gown, the best kind of gowns, then used it as he leapt off to sort of slow him down. I don't know if I'd be having that much fun if I was jumping off of an airplane. What about you? He's brave. Tumbling through the fluffy clouds, which really was quite a rush, but Dexter had to slow down or he'd be doggy mush. Uh-oh. Then Oh, just then, he saw a mattress dumped on a roof. So he steered himself toward it and landed with a woof. Jumping into Nora's arm, Dexter cried with joy. Then Nora squeezed the squeaker in a squishy squashy toy. Oh my gosh. Some of your dogs probably have squishy squashy toys. How do they react? They love it. Fame is pretty epic, but snuggling is the best, thought Dexter as he curled up to enjoy a well-earned rest. Miles away in Hollywood, things were much the same, and countless pets arrived each day to search for wealth and fame. They often spoke about that dog who played the saxophone and how he left it all behind because he missed his home. But Dexter wasn't bothered that he'd given fame the shove because his trip had taught him that what really counts is what? Love. Look at this guy. Nora hearts Dexter. The end. And that's the story of how my dog is famous. Not really, but it's a good story, and I think it has a really good message for right now. We are kind of stuck at home, and I think it's important to be able to look around you and be able to see all the good things that you have. You know, you can spend more time with your brothers and sisters, pick up a hobby, practice your coloring, or get more reading done. I'm sure a lot of you are super happy that you can just read all day long. Alrighty, my friends, it was so good. I'm so happy that Mrs. B let me send you a video. I hope you are all doing fabulous. You can always reach out to me. If you need my email again, always ask Mrs. B. She has it and she can get you in touch with me. All right, bye my fourth grade friends.